The most important meal of the day, second breakfast.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to another Second Breakfast podcast. I'm Andy Roth alongside Phil Duvall. Say hi, Phil.
Hello, everyone. Hello, Andy. It's good to be back. It's been a while since we've done our little show.
Well, I mean, the world gets busy the last 3 weeks of December. You know, it happens. And
That explains why we haven't done a show in 2 months. That's true.
we did a show in December.
Is that true?
Yeah, the December preview. We've basically
Andy,
become
I
a
honestly
monthly...
forgot.
That's right. We've basically become a
I know.
monthly
Well,
preview podcast. Folks,
you know
we
what?
want to be
You know
more
what?
for you.
I'm through making apologies for these people.
Phil, I'm making an apology for you, is what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing.
That's your business, Andy. That's your business. Andy, I want to tell you what I did the other day. I watched. Oh boy, I watched a movie on the TV called Hell Baby.
I remember maybe putting this into a preview that we had months and months ago.
Sure, you would. Yeah, I mean,
I would.
You know, it's
I would. Sure.
Tom Lennon and Ben Garant from The State, and Reno 911, and Viva Variety, and Leslie Bibb, and Keenan from Keenan Michael Key, whatever from Key and Peele.
Oh, okay. All right.
And that guy Rob Corddry, and just a ton of really talented people, and in a spoof of horror movies, and it's really funny, but mostly just terrible. So then I was like, well, I've been trying to spend a little bit more time in front of the TV just as a discipline, because I've been a little bit undisciplined in my sitting on the couch watching movies thing.
Tell me about it. I'm like,
well, that movie was terrible.
I'm like running and stuff, and like getting out there.
No, that's not.
Right? Yeah.
I'm glad you are. I have been giving up on all manner of life. Really.
Nice.
It's been a really pitiful couple of months for me. And then the other thing was, so then that ended, and I just immediately switched over to a movie called Awkward Moment, with like Miles Teller, Michael B. Jordan, and Zac
Efron. Zac Efron. Yeah.
Efron.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
A totally different kind of terrible, just a completely different and yet unquestionably bad movie.
Well, that's really nice for you. It's nice to have
and
variety.
then
really.
So then that night, I stayed up late and watched a little movie called Escape Plan, starring Sylvester Stallone and Arnold Schwarzenegger. Because I have not actually watched any of the Schwarzenegger movies since he's been back in action. I haven't watched any of them.
Let me say this. A, I'm guessing it was a third kind of terrible for you. B, better than The Last Stand. Significantly better.
One, I believe you, and B, yes, a totally different kind of terrible. I mean, but I was just like, but the funny thing is, I was enjoying myself watching all these terrible movies. And then this morning, I didn't want to get out of bed, and I turned the TV on, and I've got the post-Christmas blues or something, so I'm just trying to watch as much TV as possible. And I didn't watch the whole thing, and I didn't watch it, like, I was playing a lot of Fruit Ninja, I'm not going to lie, but Coyote Ugly, I mean, woof. And I guess what I'm saying is, these movies that I'm describing are a perfect way to explain what we're about to put ourselves through in Dumpuary. That beautiful, terrible, gloriously awful next 2 months of, as they say loosely, cinema.
Yes.
Bad, Andy.
Basically,
bad stuff.
Basically, the giant, like, the most giant air quotes ever are going around everything that we say.
Ever.
Like
cinema.
Each syllable gets its own gigantic air quotes.
Yeah.
So
I will say this. Well, here's what's ironic.
Tell me.
January is one of the best times in the world to go to the movies.
That's true.
Because all the really fun, exciting December art house flicks really don't come out until January. They fake coming out in December, but you don't see any of them until January. So
that's right.
This month, I'm hopefully going to see American Sniper, Selma, Inherent Vice.
Yep.
There's a couple other ones. Yeah. Oh yes. Oh yes. A most violent year. Those four right there would make this. This is going to be a good month.
Right.
I might see Whiplash again because why wouldn't you if you could?
Because because you like the world and this is something that makes the world better.
I'm just trying to help. I'm just trying to help myself, really.
Indeed. Indeed. Hey, speaking of that, I like how we're talking about movies we've already seen because this next month is going to be so terrible, or movies from December that we're so excited to see that we just haven't
Well,
seen
here's
yet.
what. Well, yeah, but that's. Well, I want to give people a little bit of a taste into like. I want to remind us of like. I want to get in the spirit of what we're doing here.
You know what the two best potential things to happen to me movie-wise in January and probably February are? One, I'm probably going to see Whiplash again. Two, I just got Boyhood on Blu-ray.
Yep.
That's it. That's it. I'm set. We're good.
Oh, Andy.
Yeah.
Andy, Boyhood might be the best movie of 2015.
It's true. That is true. That it's.
I know. I mean, I listen. We haven't done our year-end review yet,
and we can't. We just can't yet.
No, I've just got to see more things.
Yeah.
Spoiler: my favorite movie is going to be Boyhood.
Right. Spoiler.
Because it's official. That's why. Because it's official.
I mean, I will say this. Whiplash is a strong contender for me. It's a strong contender for me. Much like last year, meaning 2013, where your clear winner was Short Term 12, and I loved the crap out of Short Term 12, but Mud was close to it for me. I think
Understood.
It might be the same sort of situation. Like, clearly the best two movies of the year for both of us. I have them a little closer in my head.
Sure. I hear you. It's just that Whiplash is such a. We'll talk about this later. You know what? I don't even want to. I want to talk to you about the next 2 months, and that's right. We're going to do 2 months of movie talks in a row because it's such a craptacular.
Because it's just one season. It's the season of Dumpuary.
Here's the other thing. I want to say this out loud, okay? You know, we have 3 categories. We have Can't Hardly Wait, which are movies that we just have no reservations about. We have Fool Me Once, which are movies that we have some reservations about, which doesn't mean they won't be amazing, but we still have reservations. And then we have the What the H category. My What the H category has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 movies in it. 11 movies in a category which What the H isn't, by the way, necessarily bad. It could just be that it's so bananas, bug nuts, insane that you have to talk about it.
Sure.
But my What the H category this year, 1, I expect them all to be bad, and at least this week, and 2, there's a theme.
Fantastic.
There's a theme.
I'm very excited.
Which I'm really excited about. I've never had a theme before. And then the other thing I want to tell you, Andy, that I've never done before is I have a movie that is simultaneously existing in all 3 categories.
I think I know which one it is. I
don't know how you feel about that. I hope you're not upset with me. I bet. Well, do you want to save it for later, or do you want to guess right out of the gates?
I mean, I'm gonna guess just because it's so weird, but it actually looks good. I'm gonna guess it's Kingsman: The Secret Service.
Oh, nope, you are incorrect.
Huh. Okay.
That is a Fool Me Once movie par excellence.
That's
okay.
Fascinating to me because this is the only movie I'm excited to see. Spoiler, that's it. That's my Can't Hardly Wait movie.
I have one Can't Hardly Wait movie. Kingsman looks so formulaic that I just...
Yeah, I don't care.
No,
I don't.
Well,
no, I know. I'm just trying to. Bro.
I mean, you're essentially a cinematic hedonist. So you're not a nihilist. You're not a nihilist.
I'm only offended because you say that like you're surprised by my cinematic hedonism. Like,
oh no, look, no. And Andy, I don't mean any. I'm not surprised. I'm just reminding you.
Okay,
Like,
right.
I'm just saying, like like for me, I'm remembering like, well, Andy has no morals. All that matters to Andy. I mean, I guess what I'm saying is for you, the ends justify the means at all costs when it comes to filmmaking.
Yep.
Like in Scrooged, you actually were like, yeah, staple the antlers on the little mouse's head. That's whatever it takes. No, not so much.
No, there's zero shame here. Zero shame. I couldn't.
I mean, honestly, I think it makes you a better film watcher than me. I think you're superior at watching movies to me because you're not guided by anything other than like this internal like, but did I enjoy it?
That's true.
And I've got all sorts of other stuff going on inside.
That's true.
Handle.
That's true. That is my sole criterion. But the other thing is this: you have to remember where I've come from, and where I've come from is this, Phil. I was moved to tears.
Israel?
Nope.
Oh.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. Where I come from is
apologize.
this. Nope.
Yeah.
Nope. Houston. If you go back further, Romania and Poland.
The planet of Houston?
Yes. We are from France. Where I come from is this. I was moved to tears by Sister Act 2 back in The Habit. So I don't really
it had Lauryn Hill in it. So it had Lauryn Hill. So.
I mean, you're right. Because here's the deal. I was moved to tears by it, and so I really don't have a leg to stand on in terms of like, do I get morals? Do I get a conscience? I can't have a conscience because that.
I mean, Sister Act is a highly moral film series. Nay, not just one movie.
You ready for this?
Anyways.
You ready for this? Here's why.
Yeah.
Because what I was getting from the movie. This is how much we don't want to talk about Dumpuary. We're talking about Sister Act 2, Back in the Habit. Because there's a moment where if this movie has a moral or a message, Sister Act 2, Back in the Habit, and I'm going to say the full name every time I say it, the moral of that movie, the message of that movie is music is holy. And I was like,
sure,
I dig that. And when that message is being delivered by Lauryn Hill with a side dish of
you don't have to see
whoopee.
that's my point. You're describing like that's a thing in Sister Acts. I mean, I saw the second one once and it was fine. The first one was a legitimately good movie. People forget that.
Oh, agreed on both counts.
It's a weird rap, and I blame racism mostly.
Yeah. Thanks, Obama.
So.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not gonna go there. I'm not gonna go. I'm not gonna make.
Okay, Phil.
About that.
This is my Can't Hardly Wait movie.
Andy, tell me about Kingsman and why it's your Can't Hardly Wait.
Because it's like I agree with you when you say it's formulaic, but it's almost post-formulaic. It's like, yeah, this is our formula. We're gonna have a blast with it. What's up? It's got Colin Firth kicking ass and taking names. The bad guy is Samuel L. Jackson with a weird lisp. The lead is this young guy no one's ever heard of. I like when that happens. I like when the lead, and believe me, I am not comparing these two movies in any other way other than, hey, the lead is unknown. I like when we get to discover a Mark Hamill as Luke Skywalker. And there is at least the possibility of that here. It looks like fun, and when you can't count on good, like you can't in Dumpuary, at least you want to be able to count on fun. And I believe with this movie, wholeheartedly, no reservations, I can count on fun. That's why it's in my Can't Hardly Wait.
I hope you're right. You're right.
Me too.
I think it is in my full category. It's not like I haven't disappeared this movie from my list. It's
I
my list.
I get it.
It is a movie that I would like to. I want to enjoy. I'm for genre exercises.
Sure.
I want them to be executed expertly, and I think about like. I mean, the most obvious example is a guy like Tarantino who is just like, I am going to, but here's the deal. He's anomalous because he is, and I'm not just saying this, he is a genius. And so he will take a genre and turn it inside out and upside down while working within the confines of that genre. I mean, it's a very strange thing that he does. But, you know, if someone's going to make, or another example like John Wick, I just had a blast with John Wick. I mean, just,
Yep.
Have you seen it yet?
Yes. Yeah. It
Okay.
was awesome.
Okay. Good. Okay.
It was
Yeah.
awesome.
So I have hopes for this movie, but I also am sort of like, I don't know. I mean, the great thing about John Wick is it was advertised, and then like a week later came out, and then just blew. Like you were like, where did that come from?
It's true.
They've been advertising for the Kings for over a year now, and
That's
I'm just
true.
kind of like, oh man, it better be something. So, do you want to hear my one can't hardly wait movie?
I want to talk for one more second about Kingsman: The Secret
Please.
Service. I apologize, and then I do want to hear
Please
that
do.
movie.
No.
I have
Never
not seen
apologize.
all of his movies, but every single one of his movies that I have seen, I have very much enjoyed. Not all loved, very much enjoyed. Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels, Snatch, Layer Cake, Stardust, Harry Brown, Kick-Ass, X-Men First Class,
Who is this person?
Matthew Vaughn, the director. He didn't direct all of these, but he was
He didn't
involved.
direct Lock, Stock, and he didn't direct Lock, Stock, and Two
That was
Smoking
Guy
Barrels and
Ritchie.
Snatch.
He was producer for both. Sorry. So director, let's see, Layer Cake. I loved that movie. Stardust.
Okay.
That movie gets a bad rap.
I
Kick-Ass.
didn't see the movie. I'll give it. I mean, listen, I didn't see Layer Cake.
Right. You should. You would really like it. It's really good. Here's the last thing I'll say. He's married to Claudia Schiffer. Has
Can't
been.
hardly wait.
Has been.
That's what he says.
That's right.
That's what he says.
Has been since 2002.
You know, I would think that it would be like really, really amazing. Like get it. Like Claudia Schiffer's got to be the hardest person to get,
Yeah.
except that she was with David Cobb for like 5 years. So honestly, I feel like
You know what? That can't even touch me. Your Honor, the prosecution rests. Proceed. Your can't hardly wait. Hit me.
I have to remember what it's called.
Wow, you must be super excited for this movie.
The Wedding Ringer.
Oh, sure.
Kevin Hart and Josh Gad. I had not heard about it. I went to the movies the other day. It played when I went to see Top 5.
Sure.
And at the beginning of the movie, I was like, oh, Lord. At the beginning of the trailer, I was like,
Right.
oh, Lord. By the end of the trailer, I was like, I'm going to see it 12 times. I am, it just feels, I mean, there's a million ways this movie can be wrong. And maybe only one way it could go right. But it just seems like it could be this could be the one way. I don't know why,
Sure.
but I just want it to be true. And it's for me, this is the quintessential Dumpuary, like, can't hardly wait. Where I'm like, there's a possibility for a funny and good bromance brom-com to come along, and
No, I'm gonna give that to you, but I don't want to. I'm just saying that out loud.
you should anyway, though.
So-
Should anyway, but that's okay.
So you glitched
That's my
there
one
for a
thing.
second. You glitched
Yeah?
there for a second. How many times are you gonna see this
This
movie?
connection's been terrible. I hope this record's okay.
Me too.
Oh, a dozen.
Nice. I like it.
I don't know. We'll see what happens.
All right.
I'll probably only see it once, and maybe not even that many, but I hope I get to see it. Kevin Hart, I'm just learning about, so I'm working at it. Okay, it takes time when you're
Sure.
a white suburban male to like get into the black things. But Kevin Hart, I'm beginning to get into. So this movie, and it just the preview made me laugh, like belly laugh.
I love this preview. I love this preview. It was the closest Fool Me Once movie to the Can't Hardly Wait
Fair.
for me.
Fair. I have a movie that is in category. Do you want to second guess what it is?
No, because I have no idea. None. Zero. And I'm dismayed that you would put anything else besides the two movies we've already talked about, even partially into the Can't Hardly Wait category.
Fair enough. Well, if you tell what the H fool me once that my brain's going to explode, then I can't hardly wait to find out what's going to happen. That's honestly the truth.
Fair enough. Proceed.
Jupiter ascending. Your silence is deafening.
Okay.
It's just, hold on, let me just say a couple things.
Sure.
The preview, okay, it's the Wachowskis.
Yes.
So it looks like they've made like another generation of Matrix. This looks visually, it looks like they took the Matrix and Atlas, whatever the last movie was. I almost called it Atlas Shrugged, whatever it's called.
Cloud
Atlas. To which I shrugged.
Nice. Well done
and just smushed them together. And then we're like, plus Mila Kunis? And I'm like, maybe? But it also looks almost identical when I was watching the trailer, like almost identical in a lot of plot elements, at least from the trailer, to The Fifth Element. Except if they had taken out all of the camp and humor.
Right. And
then I read the synopsis of it on the old computer machine.
The computer machine.
Andy, it sounds like they're trying to make, like they made some futuristic Snow White movie.
Okay.
Like
yeah.
Which I'm not saying is a good thing at all. I'm not sure what I'm saying about it. I'm just really like, I mean, listen. I refuse to be dismissive of the Wachowskis at this point.
Yep.
They're too darn interesting.
Yep.
This movie was supposed to come out last summer, and now it's coming out in February. That can't be good.
No.
Channing Tatum looks ridiculous in this movie. Most people look ridiculous in this movie. I just... But all of this is not adding up to me being like, no. It's adding up to me just being like, I don't...
It's
I have to find out.
No, it's in my Fool Me Once category. No question. Eddie Redmayne looks
so
like...
what the H that it...
Yeah, Eddie Redmayne looks like he stole whatever his name... I called her because of the crying game. Whatever his name... what's his name? The guy who played the king in Stargate. Jay Davidson.
Yeah.
Eddie Redmayne looks like he's aping that character. That will be fun. The Wachowskis have yet to frame a shot uninterestingly. I know it will look gorgeous. And that's not even including the shots with Mila Kunis and Channing Tatum in them. Zing!
Oh!
Hey-oh! I'm always up for Wachowski action. I would love... I feel like I want someone to, like, go to them and tell them a joke while giving them a hug. Like,
I know.
Like their movies are so serious. I know you know. So, you know.
No.
But so that's why it's in my Fool Me Once category.
It looks, I couldn't find the thing, but the synopsis basically sounds like Snow White. And the preview basically looks like Fifth Element with humor. And I don't know, but all of it, I don't know. This is a different kind of, this is why it had its own category. I can't deal. Like, I don't know where to, it's going to be a train wreck.
Yeah.
But, oh God, what am I doing? What am I doing with my life?
Yes.
It makes me worry about what I've become. It makes me worry. A Russian immigrant who, despite her lowly occupation of toilet cleaner, quote unquote, possesses the same perfect genetic makeup as the queen of the universe and is therefore a threat to her otherwise immortal rule. With this very threat needing to be extinguished, a bounty hunter is assigned to find and kill off the oblivious woman, ... eventually fall in love and make a run for freedom. Andy, what the H? Fool me a million times, can't hardly wait.
Hey, man, I am with
and
you.
And Andy, Scene Bean is in it.
Ooh, I wonder how he'll die.
I know, right? Seriously, I wonder how he'll die.
I wonder
Not
how
if.
he'll die. Yeah, right.
But how?
Do you think okay, so every year I spend Christmas up in Amarillo, Texas with my great aunt, and she has dogs, and they're all tiny.
Yeah.
One of these dogs is tiny while at the same time being the most morbidly obese creature I've ever seen in my life. He's a dachshund who is a small dachshund and yet weighs like 46 pounds. Like, it's an astonishing...
Nope.
Right. And his name is Brownie. And when Brownie dies, okay, I promise this is relevant. When Brownie dies, we will all be very sad. But
Sure.
we're also going to be like, well, okay. Okay.
Yeah, no, of course.
He greased his way to the afterlife with all the butter, basically. And I'm wondering, when Sean Bean passes away, while I will be sad,
Continue, please.
like, I will be
Going.
I will be sad, but will I be surprised?
Sure.
Or will I just think, well, okay,
It was. I think the main thing I'll be is disappointed in however he dies, because it won't be as awesome as
Right, that's true.
anything.
That's true.
Okay.
Unless he actually dies saving hobbits. If that's the case,
What other movies do you? He's not gonna. So what other movies do you have on Fool Me Once? I want to know.
all right, I'm just gonna burn through them because, okay. The first one I will say something about because it makes me sad, because I wanted to love this movie because I loved the first movie, even though I shouldn't have. Taken 3. Guys, stop taking things. Stop taking things.
Like, this is in my Fool Me Once too. You know what's crazy is it's in my Fool Me Once because I didn't even bother seeing the second one, and the third one, when the trailer started, I was like, this looks so dumb, and by the end of the trailer, I was like, I kind of want to see this. I was really kind of like ashamed of myself, but not enough that I don't feel it.
Indeed.
So here we are.
Fool Me Once, Paddington.
Oh, certainly. My reason's probably different than yours.
I remember loving Paddington Bear when I was a kid. I don't remember much about it because I haven't experienced Paddington Bear since I was a kid. The trailer looks kind of bad, but it's actually getting great. Like, it's getting great press, or at least good press, which I just couldn't fathom.
I mean, here's the deal, right? I mean, you're not surprised to hear me say this, but I've got to find movies to take my child to. I do not want to actually resort to having to parent her.
Right. God forbid.
And this preview looks like this is going to be right in her wheelhouse.
Yep.
Like, they have made a movie for her age range, and I'm
Sure.
legit excited about that.
Sure. The aforementioned Wedding Ringer. Black Hat. Action. Chris Hemsworth. He's kissing somebody in a trailer. Sure.
This is the closest. Now, Andy, this is the closest to my Can't Hardly Wait that a movie that's not Can't Hardly Wait made it.
Okay.
And I think that you need to understand this, and I think you need to, as they say in music, step correct. Because this is a Michael Mann movie.
It is?
Yeah. It's a Michael Mann movie.
I'm sorry. What I meant by that was, it is?
Andy, when he was shooting this movie, he didn't even have a good name for it. It was just called Hacker. It was I know. Here's the deal. He made a movie once called Thief, and it was amazing. Okay?
That's true.
Michael Mann, look, Michael Mann is capable of Heat and Last of the Mohicans and The Insider and Thief. Michael Mann is also capable of Public Enemies, which was so meh.
Right.
And he's capable of Miami Vice, which I have so many mixed feelings about. He created, and I mean the movie. I'm sorry, he created the television show.
That's right. Which
Michael Mann is an automatic.
One of these days, I want to revisit that television show because I remember it for the pastel
I'm for that.
clothes. I remember it for the pastel clothes, but I've just heard too many people, largely Bill Simmons, strangely, talk about how it was like really gritty and.
I watched the first season about 10 years ago, and it was the first time I'd ever seen it, and it was phenomenal.
I believe you.
Phenomenal.
I believe
But it's been 10 years. But I'll tell you this. Michael Mann. I can't put this on my can't hardly wait list because it looks like such a nondescript thriller.
Yep.
And because it just frustrates me how gorgeous everyone is. Like, I know that sounds really lame.
It doesn't sound lame. It doesn't sound lame at all. It's just like, I mean, what movies can you
De Niro
watch?
De Niro and Pacino, but Michael Mann, like he helped make Daniel Day-Lewis Daniel Day-Lewis doesn't have to be gorgeous. He's so gorgeous in Last of the Mohicans.
That's true.
I mean, De Niro and Pacino and Heat and Tom Sizemore and Val Kilmer when he was like in his transitional, didn't know what kind of Val Kilmer he was going to be yet. Val Kilmer and
James Caan
and in Insider he uglies up Russell Crowe, right? Like he's good and like. And then in Public Enemies, he's gone this direction where, and then Collateral, like he takes Tom Cruise and Jamie Foxx and kind of does.
Right.
I mean, he does his thing,
True.
but I feel like he's moving in this direction, and it makes me nervous. But I'm going to absolutely see this movie because I see Michael Mann movies because it's a thing I do.
That's fair.
It's the closest thing to a can't hardly wait that's not on my can't hardly wait list.
All right.
That's all. Okay. What else?
Moving real quick. The aforementioned Jupiter Ascending, Hot Tub Time Machine 2.
Yep.
God
the
help
preview.
me. I laughed.
The preview looks so funny.
And I liked the first one. And you know what I didn't like about the first movie? Kinda? John Cusack. Not sorry he's gone.
What? Yeah, I think it's kind of amazing that they were like he was like, well, you're not making this with me, and they were like, okay.
Right. In a comedy, in a zany, raunchy comedy, John Cusack to Adam Scott, that's an upgrade. That's an upgrade. And it's at this point in John Cusack's career, it might be an upgrade, regardless of the movie,
almost every way.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. I find Adam Scott just tremendously interesting.
Agreed.
So I mean, I think he's just sitting in one specific wheelhouse right now. He's sitting in one little niche, but I think he could easily expand if he wanted to.
I agree with you.
Okay. Yeah, I did not. I was not when I heard they were making a second one. I was not excited at all.
Sure.
The preview looks so hilarious. What else you got for me?
The last one, I'm consumed with passionate ennui about a lot of these. I'm just going to dump them off my list. But the last one I want to mention. No, two more. One, Mordecai, just because every Johnny Depp movie I'm going to go seeing, hoping he'll recapture Ed Wood, basically, and Fear and Loathing. And then the last 5 years.
Let's say something about the last 5 years, because then you and I are going to have a little talk about Mordecai.
Okay. It's a musical. It's got Anna Kendrick in it. I don't know the musical super well. I would kind of be astonished if it turned out well as an adaptation. There's a lot of jumping around in time. As I understand it, one of the storylines goes, it moves backwards in time. I think mostly, and it's just like his story moves forwards and her story moves backwards or something. And I don't know if I want to see like a. Yeah, I don't know. But it's Anna Kendrick in a musical, and I just have too many musical theater geek friends who love the show. So fine, fool me once, I'll see it. That's it.
Let me know. Let me know.
I will.
Andy, I'm not sure I've ever been angrier with you than I am right now for hearing you say that you're just going to keep seeing Johnny Depp movies. Andy, he is terrible. He is a cipher of what he once was. He's not even like it's so offensive what he's become, considering what he used to be.
I agree.
Have you seen the preview for Mordecai?
Not with. This is going to sound super weird. Only on mute.
Okay. I dare you to watch for Mordecai, not on mute.
Okay.
And come back to me and tell me that this is on any kind of list of yours. That's all I have to say.
That's fair. All I'll say is this. When I say I will keep seeing Johnny Depp movies, what I mean is this. I didn't see Pirates of the Caribbean 4. I didn't see Dark Shadows. I saw Sweeney Todd because I love the musical.
Sure.
I don't see every Johnny Depp movie, but this trailer let's see them put this on the poster. This trailer on mute gave me pale shades of the awesome weirdness that he used to be, as opposed to the awful weirdness that is Transcendence or whatever that movie was where he became the Lawnmower Man early last year, which I also did not see. I can't,
No, I don't expect you to see his movies. I just am surprised that you're even pretending at this point.
It's not. I'm hopeful. I'm not expecting.
Andy?
Yes.
Andy, what kind of a son of a bitch would I be to poo-poo your hope? I'm a son of a bitch, but I'm not that kind.
Fair enough.
I'm not that kind.
That's
okay.
That's fair.
I have one more movie on my Fool Me Once list.
Shoot.
The Lazarus Effect.
That is.
It could be a really, really fun, like suspense thriller, throwback to Flatliners from the '80s with Kiefer Sutherland and Julia Roberts and Jason Patrick and all that. This could go, man.
I was looking through these movies. There are so many remakes that aren't remakes, and what I mean by that is, doctors play around with the line between life and death. That's Flatliners. I enjoyed that movie when it was Flatliners. Yes. Not that it was good,
but this is like them actually
it.
Bringing people back from the dead. I'm interested in this. This could be good.
Okay, that was my What the H, and I had a subcategory of What the H because it's a remake.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Okay. I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm spent. What the H?
Oh, good. I have a What the H. I have a What the H genre. Can I just rattle off my What the H's for you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Spare Parts, Boy Next Door, Black Sea, Predestination, McFarland USA, Black or White, Wild Card, The Duff, Project Almanac, Focus. I also had Mordecai on the WTH, but we've already talked about it, and Mordecai doesn't go in with these other movies. I'm going to say them again. Spare Parts, Boy Next Door, Black Sea, Predestination, McFarland USA, Black or White, Wild Card, The Duff, Project Almanac, Focus. These are all just Hollywood fresh out of giving a crap. I mean, just I wanna read it just as quickly. I'm gonna read literally, Andy. I'm gonna read the plot synopses of every single one of these movies in a row without telling you the name of the movie. I'm just gonna read them right through, and I want you to hear what's happening in the world.
Okay.
4 Hispanic high school students form a robotics club with no experience, $800, used car parts, and a dream. This ragtag team goes up against the country's reigning robotics champion, MIT. A divorced woman falls in love with the young...
Wait. Because I need you to pause between these.
Okay.
I really enjoyed this movie when it was called October Sky. Go ahead.
Okay, exactly.
It's just
and Stand and Deliver. It's Stand and Deliver plus October Sky brought
You're absolutely
together.
right. That is it.
If Edward James almost shows up in this movie, I am going to lose my mind.
I would too. Okay. I would actually see it.
Are you ready for more?
Yes. Keep going.
A divorced woman falls in love with the young man who moves into the street and finds he has a dark secret. The next movie.
That trailer is the worst trailer I've ever seen in my life. It is truly the worst trailer I have ever seen in my life.
It's the worst thing. It's the worst.
Terrible. Yes.
The only reason it's not the worst trailer I've ever seen in my entire life, the only reason it's not for me,
Yeah.
is that it creates a scenario in which I know exactly what's going to happen, such that I was warned off from seeing the movie. It didn't trick me into seeing it. That's the only thing I will say for it. Okay.
That's fair.
This is neither good nor bad. This is just a thing that is. A suspenseful adventure thriller directed by some guy you don't care about, centering on a rogue submarine captain who, after being laid off from a salvage company, pulls together a misfit crew to go after a sunken treasure rumored to be lost in the depths of the Black Sea. As greed and desperation take control on board their claustrophobic vessel, the increasing uncertainty of the mission causes the men to turn on each other to fight for their own survival.
Awesome. So it's like no exit. It's like no exit on a submarine. It's like no exit crossed with like Sahara or something.
Plus Sahara, plus Crimson Tide, plus The Abyss.
I love it. Let's you and me make that movie. It'll be better than Black Sea. Go for it.
This is the story of a grandfather who is suddenly left to the care for his beloved granddaughter when the little girl's paternal grandmother seeks custody. A legal battle ensues that forces the families to confront their true feelings on race, forgiveness, and understanding. Anchored by an all-star cast and based on real events, this movie is a look at two seemingly different worlds in which nothing is as simple as black or white.
I hold out no hope that this is any good. I will say this. I have read a review that praises Kevin Costner's acting, which always makes me happy because I think he's a better actor than people give him credit for.
I agree, and the preview is as cloying and just melodramatic as it seems. Him and Octavia Spencer, it could be really the movie could be redeemed because of it. It's actually possible.
Sure.
I actually think that's possible.
Yes, sure.
But nevertheless,
Yep.
Are you ready for the next one?
Give it to me.
A temporal government agent sent on an intricate series of time travel journeys designed to stop future killers. Now, by the way, that's not a sentence, even though that's the sentence. There's no subject and predicate.
Right.
Now on his final assignment, the agent must recruit his younger self while pursuing the one criminal that has eluded him throughout time. Oh, Andy.
So this is what happens, Phil. Okay?
No.
This is what happens
when you find a stranger in the Alps? Oh, sorry.
This is what happens when gay marriage is all the rage and an unholy union of Time Cop and Looper, have this matrimony of awfulness and have a baby. This is what happens.
I appreciate you bringing topical topical conversation into this, and I appreciate it. I love what you're doing here. Okay.
I want to get more political. I want to get more political. Yeah.
Let's get our buddy JJ on the show. That guy can't even he wakes up in the morning angry about something that's happening in the world. Anyways,
but it's usually comic books. Go ahead.
Inspired by the 1987 true story, this movie follows high school coach Jim White, whose job hopping leads him to predominantly Latino McFarland High School, located in an agricultural community in California's Valley. Jim knows he has to make the school his last stop. He's out of options with both his career and his family, and finds himself in a diverse, economically challenged community that feels worlds apart from his previous hometowns. Admittedly, the White family, they're actually called the White family. And the students, that's like their last name is White. The White family. Yes!
Well, is it based on a true story? Because if it's his name, it's his name.
Well, no comment. The White family and the students have a lot to learn about each other, but when Coach White notices the boys' exceptional running ability, things begin to change. Soon, something beyond their physical gifts impresses White. The power of family relationships, their unwavering commitment to one another, and their incredible work ethic. With grit, those people have incredible work ethic, Andy. Grit, and I'm just saying, it's right here. I'm just reading it out.
No.
With grit and determination, Coach White's unlikely band of runners eventually overcomes the odds to forge not only a championship cross-country team, but an enduring legacy as well. Along the way, Jim and his family realize that they finally found a place to call home, and both he and his team achieve their own kind of American dream.
I liked this movie. I liked this movie when it was called Every Sports Movie Ever Made.
Have you seen the previews for it?
No, Phil, I haven't.
It is. You don't. Well, you have because you've seen every other sports movie, so you've seen the previews for it.
That's right. That's right.
Now that being said, one, it's Kevin Costner again.
Oh, he's the coach. Oh, good.
He is. He's Coach White. And it's the Cos in his new old man graveled voice, Cos, and it's the Cos also in a sports movie. I mean, we've got to recognize.
Is it baseball? Because I don't think we have to recognize if it's not baseball.
Do you know what no one has ever said? Do you know what no one's ever said when they were watching cross country? Is it baseball? Also, Andy, you need to take that back because I have 2 words for you.
What's that?
Tin cup.
That's fair. That's you know what?
I mean, I'm just saying.
Phil.
I also almost said necessary roughness, but then I realized that was Scott Bakula.
Well played. Well played.
Thank you.
Well played.
Okay.
That's fair. That's fair. All right.
I'm almost done here, and then I'm done for life.
Sure.
Wild Card. I shouldn't have said the name of the movie, but it is called Wild Card. Nick Wilde. His last name is Wilde. Nick Wilde is a Las Vegas bodyguard with lethal professional skills and a personal gambling problem, of course. When a friend is beaten by a sadistic thug, Nick strikes back only to find out the thug is the son of a powerful mob boss. Suddenly, Nick is plunged into the criminal underworld, chased by enforcers and wanted by the mob. Having raised the stakes, Nick has one last play to change his fortunes, and this time, it's all or nothing.
So here's my response to that. Your response
is 2 words, and I know what those 2 words are.
Jason Statham.
That's not the 2 words, but go ahead.
Jason Statham. No.
That's not the 2 words.
No, those are my 2 words.
No, your 2 words should be William Goldman, because that's who wrote it.
What?
I just blew your... I just rushed your brain.
Folks.
I know. Oh my gosh, I hope everyone watches this episode to see Andy's brain crushed.
Phil will be auditioning co-hosts.
Not because I'm disappointed in Andy, but because he's dying now.
Because I'm dead. My brain has been crushed. I don't.
William Goldman, writer of Butch Cassidy, The Sundance Kid, All the President's Men, and The Princess Bride, wrote this movie. It's also got a crazy cast. It's got Artie Bucco is in it from
nice.
I don't care what Artie Bucco, Sofia Vergara, Anne Heche, Max Casella, hey dude, Hope Davis, and Stanley Tucci, and it was directed by Simon West, who directed Con Air, the great Con Air.
the great Con Air.
This movie. Okay, I have 3 more what the H's, and I want to get out of here. Okay, and then you can say anything else that I haven't said. The Duff. Mae Whitman, as a high school senior, instigates a social pecking order revolution after finding out that she has been labeled the Duff, designated ugly fat friend, to her prettier, more popular friends. Here's the problem. If you've seen Mae Whitman in the last 5 years, she's gorgeous, and she's not fat.
It's true.
So 1, this movie is already stupid.
Yep.
2, she's 28 years old.
Yep.
And 3, if you're going to get someone who's the designated ugly fat friend, how about getting someone who's ugly and fat instead of gorgeously beautiful, adorable Mae Whitman?
Yeah, this is infuriating. It's like the truth.
So
it's I like this better when it was the unholy love child of The Truth About Cats and Dogs and Mean Girls. Where the freak who no one wanted to talk to was Lizzie Kaplan. Okay. And the undateable, Gorgon was Janine Garofalo. All right. Okay. you know,
It's so
all right,
it's really
Hollywood. Ugh. Just come
it's
the
unfortunate.
hell
It's
on.
unfortunate.
Yes. All right, continue.
Okay. Um, Project Almanac, teenage. I'm not even gonna read the thing. It's teenage time travel done by Transformer McBlowupton guy. He didn't even direct it. He just is about. It's about. Anyways,
Right.
I don't want to talk about that. There's a movie called Focus, starring Will Smith and Margot Robbie. Margot Robbie was the girl from Wolf of Wall Street. Ready? A veteran grifter takes a young, attractive woman under his wing, but things get complicated when they become romantically involved.
They get romantically
Seriously?
involved? Who could have
It
seen
took
that
everything
coming?
I had. It took every. Let me tell you how I wanted to read that. A veteran grifter takes a young, attractive woman under his wing, but things get complicated. If they're going to be this lazy writing a movie, I'm going to be this lazy talking about it.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's what it sounds like.
With Will Smith and Margot Robbie, I wonder who plays the young, attractive woman.
Oh, well done, you.
Thank you. Thanks. Was that your last one? Is that your last one? You got?
That's. I'm so done. I'm just
Sure.
I'm spent.
I've got 3 more. One, I'm guessing you wanted to get out of here without hearing, but I can't let it pass. I'll leave
No,
that
please
for end.
listen. Go ahead.
Sure.
Do your worst.
And all of these, I'll be done in less than a minute. First, the one remake that isn't a remake that that you didn't say, Vice, which is Westworld. I think it's Bruce Willis and Viggo Mortensen, I think, and they're robots that in one of them it's terrible. I can't. Yes. I sprained everything in my body rolling my eyes so hard. The second of the 3 movies I want to add to your list, which I loved, BT Dubs. The Loft, starring Carl Urban and James Marsden and other people I know. It's like 4 married guys like have this apartment in this pied-à-terre in the city where they take their mistresses, because you know what that always does? That always works out. That always works out
Every time.
Literally
every time.
There has never been a case in history where it didn't work out, especially in the movies. Lo and behold, some chick ends up dead, as movie chicks are wont to do. And besides the fact that we've all fallen asleep because it is the most boring and lazy plot ever, I saw a trailer for this movie, I feel like in 1992. Like it was like no joke, I saw a trailer for this movie at least 1.5 years or 2 years ago. That's never a good sign.
You know how many times that's been a good sign?
0.
0 times.
0 to the infinity power times.
0.
Which again doesn't bode well for Jupiter Ascending, and that's like 1/5 the shelf time of this. And the last one, because I can't have mainstream porn that moms and daughters are going to go to see together and not comment on it. 50 Shades of Grey.
Sigh.
50 Shades of Grey. What the... Wait, you know what? You know why this makes me happy? This movie makes me happy?
Tell me, Andy, because you look angry, not happy.
This is the thing that makes me happy about this movie. How obsessed, and I'm reasonably sure it is faux obsessed, but I don't care. Do you watch Last Week Tonight with John Oliver?
I do, yeah.
Yeah. How angry he is about the block of wood they got to play the dominating businessman male romantic lead in this movie. His name is...
Is he legit angry?
Well, every time he says it, he brings it up out of nowhere. He'll be talking about, like, the cops in Ferguson, and he's like, this makes me angrier than when I found out that Jamie Dornan was playing Christian Grey. Jamie Dornan is not my Christian. #, not my Christian. That's how he says it every time.
I've seen him do that.
Yes.
That's right.
Right.
Amazing.
So that in and of itself might...
I
the
am
redeeming thing about
I've
this movie.
I've never read the book. I
Nope.
don't actually know what it's about, other than it's about sex.
Sure.
And it's like S&M, I guess, a little bit.
Yep.
I really don't know anything about it. And I know that people were really bothered by a lot of the casting.
Yep.
The girl that they cast
Yep.
was on a sitcom for half a season last year that I absolutely adored. Her name is Dakota something,
Johnson. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
and I just adore her.
Hopefully, this will not kill her career.
Adore.
Like honestly, like
Yeah.
this
I
could
mean,
make
well-
her a
well-
big star, or it could absolutely kill her career. And
I think she's never been big. I mean, she could just go back and find another job on television as a like
That's
in an
fair.
ensemble. It's fine. I mean, we're now at a place where being on television isn't killing your career anymore.
that's true. That's true.
So, anyways,
This-
I'm glad you brought it up. I think it would have been an oversight had we not mentioned 50 Shades of Grey. So thank you.
As you're welcome, and I still apologize. As I understand it, it began its life, I'm not kidding about this, as Twilight fan fiction. Like the book 50 Shades, I don't know if you know this. 50 Shades of Grey started as like Bella and Edward fan fiction that was posted online and people really liked it, and so she changed the names and actually made it a story. So one thing we can be certain of is there's going to be a lot of really healthy relationships in this movie. A lot of really, really healthy, based on respect and mutual goals and value systems.
I just felt my entire body throw up.
It's
on the
true,
inside.
Phil. I have the perfect solution for this. I have the thing that will make you feel better. Okay, Phil.
Please.
Dumpuary is going to end. It will end.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
We made it.
I'm spent.
I'm done. I'm done. Andy, I love you. Second Breakfast Nation, you've got some work to do. If you want me to love you, is what I meant by that. If you
Yeah.
were wondering if my love for you is conditional, it is.
It is.
You shouldn't be wondering about that at this
Yeah.
point.
Yep. Mhm.
And yeah, that's it. That's all I want to say. I'm going to go eat a meal.
That, you know what? Me too. Folks, this will bring us to the end of hopefully the worst Second Breakfast podcast of the year. We just see what you can in Dumpuary, and by that I mean the movies that will be nominated for Oscars that you haven't seen yet in December, and probably Black Hat because Michael Mann.
We hope.
Yeah. So, folks, this will bring us to the end of our podcast. For Phil Duvall, I am Andy Roth. We are Second Breakfast. We'll see you again real soon. Bye-bye.
The most important meal of the day, second breakfast.